In this series of videos, we're going to look at equipment care and maintenance. We're going to talk about why it's important, and we're going to talk about why you should protect your investment and how it's going to make the instruments sound better over the long term. The first, most basic fundamental of caring for your instruments is to make sure that your drums are covered when you're not performing. This will keep the dirt out of the lug casings. It will keep you from scratching the rims on the pavement. You can go out and buy some covers for your drums. There are some fantastic covers available on the market. Or if you want to save some money, you can make the covers out of old towels or go out and get some fabric and make some custom covers for your group. It's a very simple process, but a very important key fundamental in keeping your instruments in good condition. And keyboards and timpani should be covered as well. You don't always see this, but it's a very important practice, and it's really going to help keep your instruments in great shape for a long time. You can use large blankets or even moving blankets because they're padded, and that padding really helps when you're trying to move it through a tight space where it could bang up against the bars or it could get jostled around. So a covered instrument in the long run is going to sound better, and it's going to last a lot longer. Another fundamental of equipment care and maintenance is keeping your instrument clean. You want to make sure that you wipe the instrument down, getting all of the dirt and grime off of it, especially around the lug casings. You'll notice that there's lubrication that is on the tension rod, and that will collect dust and dirt. As well, you want to make sure that the cymbals are clean. There are two types of cymbals that you deal with typically: a brilliant finish cymbal and a non-brilliant finish. The non-brilliant finish, they're not really meant to be buffed to a really shiny luster. The brilliant finish cymbals, definitely you want to put some elbow grease into that and make them shine. A nice clean cymbal is going to resonate freely. It's going to sound great. So you want to take the time to preserve the instrument, but use the proper cymbal cleaners. When we consider the mallet instruments in the front ensemble, marimbas, vibes, bells, xylophones, chimes, as well as timpani, it's important to keep those surfaces clean. It's very easy for grime to collect on the bars and on the heads. When that happens, that grime can get transferred to the mallets, which can damage those, and over time they'll seriously degrade. And it's just really important to make sure that you are properly cleaning the instruments. If you have rosewood marimbas or xylophones, you can take a soft cloth with a nice coat of lemon oil, and that will keep those instruments clean as well. When you're not carrying your drums, store them properly. If you see drums scattered all over the place, somebody might be likely to come over and play on it. But when they're stored in an orderly fashion, typically you're not going to see anybody come up and mess with that. And again, it shows pride and respect for the instrument. The instruments are going to sound great because the people who play them are taking care of them. Snares, tenors, and front ensemble members should have stick bags for their sticks and mallets. Snares and tenors, you may have multiple implement changes in the show, or you may just have one bag so that the players can put the sticks away when they're at rest. For front ensemble players, timpani mallets, keyboard mallets, it's really important to keep the dirt and the grime off of those mallets. So putting them in a stick bag is going to protect that investment. One of the things that I see a lot of the times with mallet players especially is they store their mallets in between the bars on the instrument. You're taking a sweaty hand in most cases, because we're doing this in the summer, and you're grabbing the mallet head. So you're getting all that grime and suntan lotion onto the mallet, and it's going to go onto the bars next. Same thing with timpani mallets. It's only going to degrade the quality and life of that mallet. If you have stick bags, you're going to be able to put the mallet heads into the bag. You'll be able to grab the mallets on the handle side of it and pull them out. So the only thing that touches the bars is the head of the mallet, and it keeps it clean and it lasts a long time. Be careful to not put your suntan lotion or candy wrappers and things like that in the bags, because when you put the head of the mallets down in those bags and there's some kind of debris in there, you may end up ruining a pair of mallets, and those do tend to get expensive over time. If you care about protecting your investment, having pride in your section, and looking professional, you definitely want to invest in stick bags.